Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Tuesday. Glad you're here. Today's Red Mic message: throw away your shot. With all apologies to Lin-Manuel Miranda, sometimes great leaders know when to throw away their shot. And that probably sounds backward. We're taught to seize opportunities, take the shot, be decisive, trust your instincts. And many times that's exactly the right thing to do. But every once in a while, the best play is making sure someone else gets the opportunity. One of the biggest stories coming out of the World Cup wasn't a spectacular goal, it was a pass that never happened. Norway had a 2-on-1 break. Alexander Sørloth had the ball. Erling Haaland, arguably one of the best goal scorers still in this tournament, they were making a run for what appeared to be an open passing lane, but instead, Sørloth took the shot himself, and England blocked it. Norway eventually lost the match. Now, to be fair, Sørloth says he believed the defender had taken away the passing lane. Only he knows exactly what he saw in that split second. But the reaction from fans was almost universal. Make the pass. Don't be selfish. And that really got me to thinking, because every sport has moments and opportunities like this. Emmitt Smith became the NFL's all-time leading rusher, but during his Hall of Fame induction speech, he fought back tears thanking Daryl Moose Johnston, the fullback who spent years throwing blocks so Emmitt could run through the hole. Moose wasn't chasing rushing records. His job was creating opportunities for someone else to make history. And even though he probably would not be in the Hall of Fame without Moose, Moose almost certainly will never get a gold jacket. John Stockton spent nearly 2 decades putting Karl Malone in position to become one of the greatest scorers the NBA has ever seen. Stockton could score. He simply understood that the best play was often putting the ball in somebody else's hands. Another example from basketball, the closing seconds, Game 6, the 97 NBA Finals. Michael Jordan drew the defense and passed to Steve Kerr. Kerr hit the championship-winning shot. Jordan could have forced a difficult attempt, but instead he trusted a teammate with the biggest shot of the season, and probably the biggest shot of Kerr's entire career. Wayne Gretzky, the great one, did the same thing in the deciding game of the 1987 Canada Cup. Rather than taking the shot himself, hockey's greatest player drew the defense, threw away his shot, and slipped the puck to Mario Lemieux for the tournament-winning goal. These are all different sports, but they all have the same lesson. Most people think leadership is about taking the shot, and oftentimes it is. But one of the most important responsibilities of a leader is knowing when to give someone else the opportunity. I've talked before about giving your team the credit, and that's very important. But this comes even earlier. If you never let your people lead the meeting, they'll never become leaders. If you never let them brief the board, they'll never become confident presenters. If you insist on making every important decision, delivering every major announcement, closing every deal, and solving every problem yourself, your team may become dependent instead of capable. And the greatest leaders don't just celebrate other people's successes, they create the conditions that make those successes possible. Sometimes that means stepping aside. Sometimes it means accepting that somebody else gets the applause. Sometimes it means risking that person might mess up, they might miss. But if you never trust your people with the shot, they'll never develop into the kind of teammates who can win the game after you're gone. Leadership is not measured by how often you take the shot. It's measured by how many people are ready to take it because you trusted them first. Sometimes the greatest leadership decision you'll ever make is to throw away your shot. Again, all apologies to Lin-Manuel Miranda, but hopefully he'll understand in this context. That's today's Red Mic message. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're able to get something good out of these things. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. I'll catch you again tomorrow. And until next time, don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon.